Hey everybody, how's it going? Back again here, Bill Butler, with another edition of Melrose Scoop. I'm here with a very special guest, Adam Ellis, who is with AlphaBest Education, and he's got some exciting news for us for anybody who has been a participant in Campus Kids, the summer program here in Melrose for years. They've decided to go in a slightly different direction. The people that headed up that program decided they wanted summers off. And you know what? Who could blame them, right? So was it the Melrose School District or City of Melrose?
Yes.
Okay.
The district.
The district brought in AlphaBest, and Adam's here to talk to us a little bit about kind of who AlphaBest is and kind of what their plan is for their summer program. So Adam, hey, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite, Bill. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about where you guys are coming from. A little background on AlphaBest.
Yeah, absolutely. AlphaBest is very lucky to be a very resource-rich, very curriculum-rich company that runs before and after school programs as well as summer programs. And my background is actually in the summer camp industry. I've been working in summer camps, residential and day camps for about 20 years. So that's why I'm excited that we're doing summer camp here in Melrose. So the thing that I like the best about what AlphaBest does with their summer program is that they have a couple of characters that will lead the kids and will lead the staff through the summer. So it's like following a narrative or like following a movie. And in this case, the characters are part of a secret spy agency known as the Alpha Agency.
Cool.
And we tried this last year, and they're back again. So this is round 2. So Melrose is going to be coming in on round 2 of this, where the secret spy agents are actually going to be traveling back in time.
Okay.
And they're going to be, each week is a different mission. They're going to somewhere else in time. We've posted that up on our website, alphabest.org/Melrose, so you can check out the different weeks that are on there.
Okay.
And we also, within each week, they'll be doing different missions, different tasks to find out what that outcome is going to be. So it just adds another level to the curriculum that they're going to be doing.
Great. So you've got them, the kids separated in grade levels?
Yeah, we'll go by their grade level versus age, because that's always a good question. And it's the rising grade, what grade they're going to be going to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then are they separated into separate groups from there? I'm getting granular with you here.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, basically the way it will go is towards the beginning of June, we're going to know what our enrollment's going to look like. So we'll be able to have a little bit more specifics to that. But it does vary week to week. Sometimes the July 4th week, a lot of people take off, so you have less students. So we might combine 2 neighboring grade levels. But generally, it's the kids that are all in the same grade, their peers. And they'll be in groups of 10 or less with a counselor, with a teacher.
Okay.
And but we encourage collaboration too. So if there's multiple groups, we'll get them together at some points throughout the day too to work on their missions.
All right. I'm just asking questions I know my wife Sheila would ask. So is there flexibility like within the groups to have friends together, or how does that work at all? Do you even know?
Absolutely. I mean, we set up in the cafeteria for most of the day.
Okay.
So we're in big open spaces. We're also in the gym. We're going to be using the outside. We try to get the kids outside as much as possible, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
There's a balance with that because of heat or rain or whatever the weather is. We're New England, so the kids will all be together. Like I said, if there's like a big group of, let's say, 20 kids, we will have them in groups of like 10 or less, but they're going to be operating right side by side.
Right.
So the counselors that are in that group, if they see, 2 kids are really good friends, they're going to make sure that they're separating those kids that way.
Right.
Or maybe, hopefully, making a friend during the summer.
Absolutely.
That's really what our goal is social interaction. We want to be making those pairings happen throughout the summer too.
Right. Without a doubt. That's great. So talk a little bit more about kind of it's a theme of kind of a narrative of this spy adventure that they're on.
Yeah.
So there's stuff they do, and I saw on your website, there's kind of 4 basic kind of components to that and ways they kind of go through the adventure. If you could speak to those.
Absolutely. We call them the zones.
Right. Okay.
So the zones originated in our before and after school program.
Okay.
In the summer, we keep those same zones, but we add in kind of another genre of like just team building.
Okay.
And then this element to the story itself. So you get a little bit of literacy and story building with that too. But the main zones are fitness. We do things like yoga, boot camp. I mean, that plays in really well with the spy theme.
Yeah.
We do language and literacy. So during the school year, we're teaching the kids Mandarin Chinese, French, Spanish, American Sign Language, and then this past year we incorporated Portuguese because the Olympics happened last summer.
Oh,
so
cool.
we just added that in.
Very timely.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Yeah.
And so we'll add that element in too. Last year when we had this theme, they were traveling around the world. So that was the language was a big piece of it.
Yeah.
It will still be a piece of it this year too,
Yeah.
but they're going to be adding the history component a little bit more too this year.
Okay.
So language, fitness, the arts, so specifically like the dramatic arts.
Yeah.
I mean, we're telling a story, your kids are going to be part of a narrative, so we're going to be putting that in. Also, putting in specific lessons in art.
Okay.
So not just arts and crafts.
Right.
That's a great thing to do. We'll do that during some downtime, but we're going to have some real structured art and then dramatic arts as well too.
Great.
And then the last piece, the biggest piece for AlphaBest is our STEM programming. So we're a company that has a lot of tech connections, a lot of engineering connections, and some of them, all of them, you can actually buy yourself. They're probably a little expensive if you were to buy them all, but we have the connections, so we get them all very cheaply, and we get the curriculum that goes along with them, and they're all the favorite toys that kids love to get like for presents all the time.
Right.
So we have that as well as the technology that they get to use, which again fits in really well with the spy theme.
Yeah.
They've got all those gadgets that spies have.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then talk about just kind of how the day shakes out in terms of people, what time it starts. You kind of go through your different zones. There's downtime. How does that look?
Yeah, no, that's a great question because I believe, from what I understand of the program that the district ran last year, it is going to look much different.
Right.
Hopefully, it will be more convenient for people. Our program is going to, rather than have like an early drop off, a late drop off, half day, separate fees for all of that. We have one full day. At hopefully a reasonable price that people find. So it's from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night.
That's great.
The first hour of the day and the last hour of the day, we plan for that to be kind of less structured. We call it club time.
Okay.
So it's summer. We're not going to be super strict with our schedules and make it super stressful for the kids. But that's like a rolling drop-off time. Some people need to get to work and they want to drop their child off right at 8 o'clock. Others, everyone sleeps in the morning. It's not my house. Everyone gets up early, but if you are lucky enough to have a family to sleep in, that's great. And you can drop them off closer to 9.
Yeah.
So that time will be student, whatever clubs that the students are most interested in, staff talents we can put to use. That's what they'll be doing during that time.
Okay.
And then the day kicks off really at 9 with the alpha briefing for the day. So they get all the spy agents together. We'll talk about what's going on for the day, other important announcements like birthdays, for example. Any other news that's going on, field trips that might be coming up later in the week, things like that.
Okay.
And then we'll do 3 missions in the morning.
Okay.
We'll get a little snack time in there. We'll provide the snack.
Okay.
And then around noon, I don't know the exact time, but around midday we'll have our lunch.
Yeah.
So we ask that parents will send their child with a lunch that doesn't need to be refrigerated or heated up.
Okay.
As we've all been there and done that.
Yeah.
And then we have a little downtime, so we'll have a little less constructive or still structured, but less structured activity right after lunch so they can rest, digest, have their downtime. And then we'll do 3 more missions in the afternoon, as well as snack time mixed in there. And then before you know it, it's 5 o'clock, so we go back into our clubs, and throughout that last hour, people are starting to pick up. People get off at work different times, and we're going to be there doing activities till 6 o'clock.
That's great, because I know and Campus Kids was excellent, and my kids loved it last year. But the fact that you guys are there a little bit later, I think a lot of parents would be happy to hear that.
Yeah. And not everyone needs it, and that's fine.
Right.
They won't miss out on anything. We kind of
Right.
structure it so that it's fine if they leave. They may want to stay, but
Right,
they're not
right.
gonna be out of the loop on
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That's excellent. That's
Yeah.
great. Super. So just to reiterate, they are different missions every week throughout the summer. So you can actually
You can
apply
start
for
and
several
stop,
different
yeah.
weeks, and there will be different. It's not going to be a repetitive type of
Correct.
environment. And what are the dates exactly? Do you know offhand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The first week is going to start on June 26th,
Okay.
and it will go straight through 8 weeks until the last day is August 18th. It's
Okay.
a Friday. We will be off for July 4th.
Okay.
So there's a little prorating price for that week.
Okay. Great.
A little bit
And
less.
what's the price typically?
I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah.
look at my flyer here. It's $210 per week. Yeah, there is a discount for siblings. Or if you have multiple siblings, each sibling will also get that discount as well.
Okay, great. And where's the best place to sign up and learn more?
Yep, best place to go is to the alphabest.org website. We have one specifically for Melrose, which is www.alphabest.org/Melrose.
Okay, great. Adam, hey, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We're super excited.
Us too.
Right on.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.